Quitting weed taught me more about discipline than almost anything else in my life. Not because weed is evil or toxic. I don't believe that. Some people can use it in moderation and live a productive, healthy life. I'm not here to demonize it, but I wasn't one of those people. For me, weed became the backbone of my routine, the crutch, the reward, the escape, everything. Wake up, smoke. Stress out, smoke. Want to sleep, smoke. Bored, smoke. Can't face a conversation, smoke. Want to avoid a decision, smoke. It wasn't recreational, it was reflexive. And when I finally quit, my brain felt naked. There was no more fog to hide behind, no more comfort to numb myself with. That's when the real work started. At first, I had to fill the time, and when I say time, I mean hours upon hours that used to just disappear in clouds and mindless gaming or binge watching the same shows over and over again. But without weed, I couldn't sit still, so I started moving. I picked up new hobbies, working out, writing, reading books that challenged me, actually trying to be good at something instead of just killing time. And slowly, it started to rewire my brain. I had more energy, I started gaining confidence, because instead of escaping life, I was building it. Video games and movies weren't the same anymore, but that wasn't a bad thing. I became more intentional with what I chose. I didn't just play for 8 hours because I was high and detached. I played to enjoy the story. I watched films that meant something instead of zoning out to the same recycled shit. It all became a choice, not default. That's what quitting weed gave me, clarity. It made me start asking, what am I doing with my time? What am I working toward? What kind of man do I want to be 5 years from now? And the truth, that clarity was brutal. Because for the first time in a long time, I had to feel things. I had to deal with the anxiety instead of masking it. I had to face my triggers head on, not just float past them. And the withdrawals? No one talks about that because weed has this image of being harmless, not addictive, natural. Yeah, bullshit. It's a plant, but so is poison ivy. I went through real withdrawal, nightmares, vivid, intense. These dreams made me wake up in pure panic. Insomnia, tossing, turning, mind racing, cold sweats like I was detoxing from something hard, no appetite. Food was bland, I lost weight, mood swings, irritated, numb, sad, then angry again, panic attacks, shortness of breath, heart pounding, blood pressure spikes for no reason other than my brain freaking out without its comfort blanket. It was rough and it lasted weeks, but I didn't give in because I knew what was waiting on the other side. My job performance got better, I started showing up present, I communicated better. No more hiding behind a high haze. I could hold eye contact. I could advocate for myself. I could focus. My relationship, it improved too, even though it got rocky during those first few months, because for so long I had been this mellow, passive, unconfrontational version of myself. I enabled everything just to keep things chill. I never set boundaries because I was too high to care or too anxious to speak up. But once I quit, I had to step up for myself. I had to handle arguments with presence. I had to take responsibility. I had to actually lead, not just float. That's how discipline gets built. Not just by showing up to the gym or eating clean, but by learning how to deal with the discomfort sober. I started planning for the future, saving money I used to blow, thinking long term instead of just how do I feel today. I started investing in myself. The social side changed as well. I lost interest in a lot of people I used to smoke with, not because I'm better than them, but because we never really had a bond. We had a habit. We chilled, we got high, we talked loops around nothing, and once I wasn't smoking, the conversations just dried up. The vibes didn't hit the same, and I realized that's okay. I didn't hate them. I just didn't need them anymore. because I finally started choosing who I was around, not just tagging along to get lit. I even had to avoid certain routines, TV shows I used to watch when I was high, places I used to go when I was stoned, because the muscle memory was too strong and I didn't want to risk slipping. Discipline for me was saying, I know that's comfort right there, but I'm building something bigger than comfort. And look, I'm not perfect. I still get urges, still get tempted. I have dreams where I bought a zip, I got super high, I woke up like, damn, I'm smoking weed again. That's cool. And then I realized it was a dream. And sometimes I still feel like running from life. But now I've built a version of myself that doesn't depend on a cloud to cope. I built a real routine, a real future. So if you're where I was and you're scared of quitting because you think life will be boring or hard, lonely, you're not wrong. It's going to be hard, but it won't be empty. It'll be real, and real life is worth it. Because when you stop giving into comfort, that's when you actually start creating a life you don't want to escape from. Take it a day at a time. It's all possible. If you need someone to talk to, drop a comment, hit me up. You're not alone. Peace.